Hello, and in this video I thought I'd just do a brief introduction as to what we're going to be doing, as the next few videos that I put out are all going to be based on using mixed media in artwork. So each video I'm going to be focusing on a different media, and then at the end we'll see how we can mix those different medias together to create different effects in artwork. So when we're creating artwork, there's lots of different ways we can do that using different materials. And in artwork, that is what we refer to as media, the different materials we use. So in this first video, we're going to be looking at using ink pens, fine liners in this video. So it's a little technique we're going to do called cross hatching. So if I just move this down so you can see the paper, I've pre-drawn 4 squares in the middle of my paper, and just using a pen we're going to do some cross hatching. So to do that, all we're going to do is we're going to draw some diagonal lines, keeping the lines parallel to each other, working our way from one end of the box to the other, trying to keep the lines same distance apart. And once we've gone in one direction, we're going to go in the other direction, creating the crosshatch. When you're creating your crosshatches, try and keep the line flowing in one continuous line. Don't try and stop and start whilst you're doing it. It'll become much easier as you progress and try and do more difficult things to do it this way. In the second box, we're going to do the lines slightly close together. Again, keeping the lines parallel. This is a great little exercise to help you along with holding your pen steady, producing parallel lines. There we go. And then as before, you're going to go in the other direction, keeping the distance between the lines the same. If you are doing any pen and ink drawings, you'll be using this crosshatch technique to create shading and texture in your drawing. Okay, as you can see there already, this is looking much darker than the first one, and then the next one we're going to try and go darker again, so keep the lines closer together again. You'll find if you're trying this yourself that it's easier in the corners because the lines are so much shorter. As you come out into the middle of the square, it becomes more difficult to keep the lines parallel and steady. But with practice, you'll be able to get them nice and straight and nice and parallel. going to be able to create some really good effects using this very basic technique. Get a bit of a wavy line going there. As you can see with this as well, where I've started to get a little bit of a wobbly line, you can create different textures, like this almost looks like a bit of a wood grain. Now we're going to do it the other way, and now you'll see that this square can become really nice and shaded, because in drawings we always want a contrast between dark and light. Some areas are going to be very dark, some areas are going to be very light to make our pictures look real. Don't worry about trying to achieve perfection. It's not what it's about. Just creating different effects and textures. If some of the lines are slightly different, then it doesn't matter. Okay, there you go. Now with this next line, with these next lines, what we're going to do is we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to start off dark and then we're going to move into the light. So with this edge, as in the previous box, the lines are going to be very close together. And as we work our way to the middle, going to be increasing the distance in between the lines. Little by little each time. Here we go, and then the same thing the other way. There you go. Hope you can see all the different effects and different uses for cross-hatching when using ink in your drawings. So as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to show you now a piece of artwork that I've been working on just using these techniques. This is a picture of an eye that I've drawn. If I move this in slightly closer, you can see that it's just made up of the techniques we've been using in the video so far of just cross-hatching. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.